Hi everybody, and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. This one's from user Defiant Veteran. Pregnant girlfriend attacked me. This happened less than 24 hours ago. I, male 28, and my girlfriend, female 28, have been together 9 months. Known each other through high school as best friends. Lately, my girlfriend has been withdrawn, emotionally as well as physically in our relationship. I've tried to bring this up to her and how it bothers me. She tells me that I'm being too sensitive and unreasonable in my expectations. Here's the thing, I drive a semi-truck for a living. I'm usually gone from home 2 weeks at a time. When I come home, it doesn't feel like I'm in a relationship, that she's missed me as I have her. Instead, I feel like a platonic roommate. Anytime I address this, it turns into a fight where she acts like I'm saying she can't do anything right. I tell her no, I just need some effort on this. I've been willing to make some changes to myself for you. Why can't you try for me? Then she says that I'm trying to dominate who she is as a person. So at this point, she's 16 weeks pregnant and unemployed at the moment, and I'm supporting her and paying for her bills. Even got her hair and nails done. She's in our room and we're arguing. She's on the bed while I'm standing at the foot of the bed. She gets so mad at me that she throws the covers off and gets up. Comes over to me and slams her hand into my throat, and it knocks me off balance. I'm in shock at this point, so I pull out my phone and start recording. At this point, I'm literally pinned in the room between the dresser, the bed, and her, my 16-week pregnant girlfriend who's just assaulted me, and I can't get by her. The arguing continues for a few more minutes, then, as she reaches for my phone and face, she pushes me into the bedroom window and I hit my head. Finally, I get out of the room and call 911. I go outside as she's calling her family, trying to validate her behavior, I guess. I'm crying on the front banister of the deck and I go to my car and wait on the police. Police arrive and take my statement as well as hers. I honestly thought that somehow I'd be the one to get this turned around on me, somehow. The officers come back out with my girlfriend. She gets in her car and leaves. This surprised me since I was the one who was usually gone on the road. I figured they'd tell me to leave. Police gave me a domestic violence card with numbers for help. They advised me to think about what's best going forward. Unfortunately, there's not enough evidence for an arrest at this time, they said. I'd also be hearing from the detectives later on for a follow-up. So here I sit on our shared apartment wondering what's next. I don't know when she'll be coming back home. She has family locally where we live in Tennessee. Sorry for the long post. If you made it this far, any advice or criticism is welcomed, even if I'm in the wrong. Well, OP, I think what you did was absolutely right. You called the police and you removed yourself from the situation without lifting a hand at all, and you just sat in the car and waited for the police. Good on you for doing that, man. That was smart. Also, I don't know if what you recorded can be used as evidence, but in any case, keep it around and maybe give it to the police as well, just in case they can use it. Now, going forward with your situation, I don't have any specific advice because I'm not an expert on these topics, so how about we move on to the community comments to see what they had to say, and then we'll continue with the update to see what OP ended up doing. Modus Operandi says, "Oh honey, she has problems you aren't going to be able to fix. I'm so sorry. She should move in with her local family for the time being, even if you are on the road 2 weeks at a time. This is not a healthy partnership and is way too chaotic for being 9 months in. Please take care of yourself." LexiPlace says, "First off, abuse is never okay and you did the right thing. Was she violent and aggressive before the pregnancy? If not, alert her doctor so they can screen her for pregnancy-related mental illnesses. This does not mean ignore what she did. If she was always like this, stay apart and call the domestic abuse hotline for help removing her things from the apartment. And then petition for a paternity test, and once the baby is born, get full custody. I say get the paternity test because she may try to claim you are not the father. However, if this is a pregnancy-induced mental illness, still do not take her back. Once she gets help and starts therapy, as should you, try couples counseling, but only if you want to try and save it." OP responds, "I called the help number and spoke with someone for some time. It was helpful. Up till that point, I felt like I was going crazy. I've tried suggesting couples counseling before this, and she's against it. Final Arrow Hail says, I know it's hard because she's pregnant, but physical violence is a deal breaker. Definitely call the numbers for support in this. Don't let her back into the home except to pack her things and have a witness with you. OP responds, we're both on the lease. I can't keep her from being in our apartment. Okay, well, this is way better than any commentary that I could have given, considering my ignorance on the topic. These top 3 commenters, I think, hit the nail in the head with all of their advice. Like they all say, abuse is never okay, and it's best if she stays with her family. Considering she's on the lease, you can't keep her out, but maybe suggest that to her that she'll be better taken care of with family. Also, everything the commenter said I thought was spot on. First of all, screening for a pregnancy-related mental illness. The way she acted, yeah, this could definitely be something that induced to that. And also, getting the paternity test to prove that it is your baby in case you want to go for full custody. If this thing doesn't get solved or she doesn't get any help, that's gonna be a big step forward. And like that third commenter said, physical violence is a deal breaker, so OP, if she does not want to get any help or any screening and just gaslights you into saying that it's all your fault, then yeah, this is done, and you just need to worry about the baby that's on its way. Now, I know I'm just paraphrasing what the 3 commenters said, but I honestly think it was great advice. So now, let's move on to the update to see what ended up happening. After the incident, I couldn't get my partner to talk or admit to anything that happened that night. She would ignore most of my messages and avoided being in the apartment when I was home. I drive a semi for a living, so I left out on the road and gave her some space for a better part of a week. She had her baby appointment on Friday and the baby is okay, but my girlfriend may have gestational diabetes. She told me to stop stressing her out. While she was at the appointment, I looked up the visitor policy and found out that she's been lying to me about not being allowed to bring me to the appointments for the baby. This honestly was the straw that broke the camel's back. This is what I sent to her. I thought long and hard about this, well into the early morning. I can't trust you anymore. You lied about not being able to have visitors with you at the baby appointments. You were open as a book with your phone and online activities. Now I have no access to either while you go through my phone to satisfy your own concerns. With you withholding affection and being distant with me and being secretive with your cell phone and Facebook activities to the point that you have me and a few of our mutual friends blocked from seeing your posts and activities in groups online, all indicators of either an affair or hiding things from me. Then you attack me during an argument twice and try to play that you're the victim when I was the one attacked, supposedly by the woman who loves me. I can't trust you anymore, especially when you're refusing to accept responsibility for your actions. So at this point, I'm done being your crutch. I've restricted and changed the card and the passwords to my bank. I've changed the Hulu password and I'm not going to pay any more of your bills. You don't treat me as your partner and father to your child, so I'm going to move on starting now. One day, you're gonna wonder why you have another child in a broken home. Just remember, you didn't fight or do anything to prevent it. We're done. Goodbye and good luck. She didn't respond to this. She changed our relationship status on Facebook, then blocked me along with the rest of her family doing so. At this point in time, I'm trying to bury myself in my work as an independent contractor for my semi-truck. My anxiety is still pretty much rampant and I'm usually up till about 3 in the morning. Her mom and stepdad started blowing up my phone and basically just harassed and belittled me as a man. I didn't buy into anything they said. I plan on getting a consultation with an attorney I'm familiar with here as quickly as possible and getting ready to establish my rights to our child. As part of the process of establishing my rights, a DNA test will be done, so don't worry about me doing that. The only thing I'm concerned about is our apartment. I'm the only one who's been covering the rent and the rest of her bills for the past 2 months. The leasing office won't let me take my name off the lease without my ex's signature. At the same time, they also won't allow me to sign off because she can't afford to pay $1,000 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment. Other than that, everything else has been separated. Just trying to roll with what's to come. Thanks to everyone who gave me advice and their input on my original post. I'll post another update later on, probably after hopefully my child arrives and I've established my rights. And that's all we know for now, because this post was just a few days ago, and there's still a few months up until the baby is born, or OP can either establish paternity or know that the child isn't his. So now this is where we kinda speculate a little bit. Let me know in the comment section what you think is really going on. Do you think that the child is OP's? Or do you think the girlfriend was lying about taking him to the doctor's office because she was actually going with the true father of the baby? Now, if the child isn't his, a clean break for OP would be great. Then he can just get out of this toxic relationship and move on with his life. If the child is his, do you think he should go for full custody or try to do the co-parenting thing with his ex? And so we've reached the end of the video. I truly hope you liked it. If you did, leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe to reach our goal of 100,000 subscribers. Also, if you feel like chatting with others from this community, you can always join my Discord server and check out my subreddit. I'll leave the links in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next video.